In this video, I'll show you how to connect Dixa to your MySQL database using a tool called FactBranch. And in the end, we will have a custom card that's displayed here whenever you open a conversation in Dixa. Let's start by heading over to FactBranch. You can sign up for an account and get a 14-day free trial without entering a credit card. And the first thing you'll see is to create a data pipeline that's called Flow in FactBranch. We want to show data in a Dixa custom card, so I'm going to create that. The basic data pipeline is triggered by our custom card in Dixa. That's where it gets the information like customer email or a customer phone number from. And then we can query our data source, and that could be anything. But in our video, in our case, that's going to be a MySQL database. So I'm going to create a node. And once I've created a MySQL node, I'm going to connect to my database. So this is where you would enter your database credentials. I'm just entering credentials for a test database we have. If your database lives behind a firewall, you might have to allow access from a specific IP address. And when you check this checkbox here, you'll see an IP address that you would have to allow access from in your firewall. So I'm going to hit connect. Okay, probably my password was wrong. Connect again. Okay. And now my node is using the connection to my MySQL database. And we're ready to write a query. What we see here is the input data we're getting from the custom card in Dixa. So that's just test data that by default is this test.example.com. We can change that later. So in the query editor, you can write whatever you want. I'm just gonna write a simple select all from customer database where email address equals the customer email. And I'm going to use a placeholder for this value here. I'm going to copy the variable and insert it here. So this tells FactBranch that we want to use data we get from the trigger, which is the Dixa custom card here, and use the customer email address. This is going to replace it in our query, and when I run it, probably not get any results exactly because we don't have test.example.com in the database. Now I'm editing this to say Bob, click save, run it again, and now we're getting a row for Bob. Okay, so this is the basic setup for the MySQL node. I'm gonna head over to the next node. Remember, if I go to the data pipeline, the data pipeline gets triggered from the custom card in Dixa. Then we run the MySQL query, and then we render a UI. And this is what we're going to do now. So just going to run the SQL again. Okay. Now we're getting the results. A nice feature from FactBranch in this render UI node is that we can generate a UI based on the data we're getting. So if I hit the button, it'll just generate a very simple HTML UI based on the data we're using. You can then go on and edit anything in here. Let's call this address, and it'll update over here. So this is the preview. Okay, this is basically the setup. I'm gonna now head back to the Dixa custom card trigger. And there you'll find instructions for how to set up the custom card in Dixa. I'm just gonna follow those instructions and show you the results. So first we have to go to settings in Dixa, go to integrations and create a custom card. I'm just gonna call it FactBranch. I'll have to use this URL as the hook URL. Method is get. Authorization method should be authorization header. Bearer, and we'll have to copy the token. So this identifies which of your flows in FactBranch should be called. And the final step is to simply copy paste this template content. And this finally displays your data in Dixa. Now when I save the changes, and I open my ticket, my conversation, FactBranch is loaded and already gets the information from our test database. So that's all. Head to factbranch.com, start your 14-day free trial, and reach out to support@factbranch.com if you have any questions, or go to factbranch.com/docs to view our docs.